Okay, so
Ah,
I'll take another 3-4 minutes to conclude this. Uh, Basically, you know, uh, medicine is not there, and probably vaccine is going to come. But even if vaccine comes, it will take another 6 months to 1 year at the earliest. So for next 6 months to 1 year, we should have a lifestyle which should be commensurate with the challenges that has been posed by COVID-19 for the social conditions that we live in. Now, it has been made possible for the virus to have a very smart communication to take place between a man to man transmission for this virus. It takes a face-to-face conversation or a face-to-face contact within a distance of 1 meter for a period of 15 minutes. So if we know this, that we can avoid this, we can maintain certain distances, and we can put on some preventive measures also to challenge to tackle the challenges that we are posed with. So this physical distancing, I think it will remain for some more time, not with the jest and not with the um, paranoia that we are doing this, but we have to find ways and means to maintain a physical distance to a feasible limit. So that is one way of dealing with this. But while doing that, we must also not forget that in absence of effective disease, effective medicines, in absence of virus vaccines, the only hope probably that is left with us is our herd immunity. We have heard about this herd immunity, uh, that if a significant number of people, significant percentage of our people is infected with a slow inoculum, in a slow process, with a small volume inoculum, then there is a chance of herd immunity. When majority of the people are affected or already infected, then the transmission of the virus from one human to another, that is slowed down, and that helps in inactivating virus at the social scale. That is what we know as herd immunity. And probably there are certain indications all over that herd immunity is coming into play. There were times when during the peak of epidemic, British people, they were thinking of, England was thinking of allowing a herd immunity to develop in their society, which they could not pursue for a long time for various political and other reasons. But they know, as the epidemiologists know, that herd immunity is our only last hope and long-lasting hope. So, in a way, we can take time to to spread out the spread of virus. Spread of virus will surely take place, but we can only spread out and delay the process so that the acuteness of the problem is ameliorated to a significant extent. So herd immunity is what is going to happen in Germany. The village, I'm just forgetting the name, village bordering Netherlands, where the epidemic started actually with a lot of death. There it has been found that 15% of the population is already seropositive. Is already seropositive means that they are in the process of developing herd immunity, and no amount of lockdown and all everything has been able to prevent spread of this virus from one person to another. So that way, if it is a situation in Germany, you can imagine the situation in Lal Maidan, in Belgacia Basti, and in Rajabazar Basti, in Metia Buruj, and in the rural area where migrant peoples are coming. So basically, herd immunity is what is our last hope, and we must be taking care that in the process of building herd immunity, we are not infected with a significantly high, significantly large inoculum, and very frequently, that too very frequent. So, the country has, in India, the country has a population of 130 crores, of which around 40% of the population is already infected with TB. That has not been, we have not been able to prevent that. We are not thinking of preventing that as well. So basically, in Corona's case also, in COVID case also, herd immunity is going to build, and we have to largely depend on that. Uh, that is how we should understand the problem without being panicked. We have to maintain certain physical distances. We have to significantly slow down our speed of life, our speed of activity. We have to significantly avoid those who are symptomatic. I will not tell you here what are the symptoms of this disease. Then I am sure many of you will be immediately sick, and it will be very difficult for principal ma'am to resume normal activity in the college. So basically, and that's not useful also. So I'm not going to tell you that. But having said that, much more than putting on a mask, I think hand hygiene is very important. Hand hygiene is what holds the key to prevent this virus from disseminating from man to man. As I said earlier also, this virus is a little bit heavier than the other coronaviruses. The droplet settles down fast on the ground, and we must be cautious about the droplets that have settled down on the surfaces like steel, like plastic and cardboards, which are liable to be transmitted through our hand contact, to our nose, to our nostrils, to our eyes, to our mouth, and thus get ourselves self-infected with a significantly large bolus of infection. So that much we can do, and that much we must do in order to save ourselves, our family, and all. I think the days that are coming are the days where we have to live with COVID. We are living with many other infections. 150 virus, they are living with us. We are living with them. And coronavirus is going to join the herd. And we are sure that the death rate in India will not be that alarming as it has been in the West. So there are many lacunae that we have, but there are also certain things in our country that helps us to prevent this virus or this epidemic to take a huge proportion in this country. So that is our silver line. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sen, for such an informative and vivid description about the new coronavirus. There were some technical issues. Thanks all the participants for bearing with us. I hope all of us has definitely enjoyed this. So now I request our second speaker, Mrs. Aparna Ghosh, to start her session.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, for audible.
Okay, I'm audible.
Audible, madam, audible.
Good evening, everybody. It's a long time that we met with each other, and I hardly know anybody. Like, I'm seeing the name, I'm coming to know each one of you. Dr. Sen has given a very informative session just now, and what he said is we are living with another 150 viruses on a daily basis, and definitely this virus is an addition to it. So so it's very hopeful that, and he has also given us a ray of hope that it is not that dangerous, it is not that harmful enough that we suffer from so many problems on a daily basis, not looking at each other, not meeting anybody, not letting anybody come to our house. So with that, let me start my session. So with a small question. My question to everybody is, can anybody tell me, at this current scenario, the kind of problem that each one of us, almost every one of us, are suffering globally? Yes, I know it's mental illness, but can you please specify as to what kind of a mental illness are we actually suffering?
Fear.
You're suffering from fear, okay? You're right. You're very much right. The mental disease that we actually suffer from is fear. You are absolutely right. But fear is a kind of anxiety. And before we proceed to the fact, I'll give you a different information. Like we are actually suffering from a mental problem that is called stress. We are suffering from a mental problem that is called stress. And in our language, stress is a response to a threat. Stress is a response to a threat. So in our case, the threat in today's world is the coronavirus, the COVID-19, or the lockdown. Now, I say we are suffering from anxiety. What is anxiety then? Anxiety is a response to this stress. Anxiety is a response to this stress. So first comes the threat, then comes the stress, then comes anxiety, depression, and other illnesses. And 98% of today's world population is actually suffering from stress. Now, tell me one thing, how to identify that we all of us are suffering from stress? How to identify? Yes, you are right. Each one of your thought is right. We are all suffering from irritability. We are suffering from lack of attention. We are having temper problems, temperamental problems. We are having loss of sleep. We are having loss of hunger. And I'm sure somebody will say, বাড়িতে সবার খিদে বেড়ে গেছে. Because the women who are cooking, they are cooking every moment of time. Because বাড়িতে যারা রয়েছে, people who are you feel are relaxing actually are also tense. They don't know how to spend the time. So the only way they can spend the time is by eating. Because we are not allowed to go out. We are not allowed to mix with people.
Hello,
We are not allowed.
Aparna ma'am. I'm interrupting. If you please press your mic, okay, then the volume will be clear. Okay.
Hello.
Now it's. Thank you.
So people are feeling bored, especially the children. What to do with them? They are full of energy. The adolescents are full of energy. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Okay. Thank you so much. So these problems are arising all because of stress, and these are all symptoms that we can see that a person is suffering from stress. But if this stress, if it goes beyond control, definitely you will need a professional help. Now, mental illness is spread among every strata of society. It is not an illness of the rich, of the middle class, or of the poor. It is spread, it is a cross-cutting problem amongst each and every society. Okay, so you have heard Vidya Balan, you have heard Priyanka Chopra, you have heard
প্লিজ সবাই মাইক্রোফোনটা নিজের একটু অফ করো প্লিজ.
You have heard Deepika Padukone also. They all have some form of mental disease. And during this lockdown period, there is a probability that people amongst us who already had a mental illness, who used to undergo treatment and had absolutely cured himself or herself, that problem might recur once again. This is an earnest request to all of you. If you have anybody at home in whose case the problem has recurred, please take the suggestion of a psychiatrist, take the medicines regularly, and you will overcome it. Like Dr. Sen said, coronavirus, the kind of symptoms is almost same like any other virus, viral fevers, influenzas. In other cases, we used to take 7 days, 10 days rest at home, take medicines. Maybe in this case, we have to take 14 days or 28 days. So nothing to worry so much about it. We are still living with TB. In TB cases, you have to take rest for 2 to 3 months. And the 150 viruses, each of them has their own way of, troubling us, and the treatment varies accordingly. So there's nothing to be so worried about. But let me tell you, this lockdown period, take this as an opportunity. Take this as an opportunity to spend time with your friends, to spend time with your family. আপনাদের বাচ্চারা অনেকে আপনাদের মিস করে, and you often miss, maybe your spouse with whom you can't share your everyday problems. This is an opportunity. At the same time, I know in many families, they might be having lots of turmoil when the two spouses are living together for 24 hours for 3 months, and this might create a problem also. So you come to know each other, you spend quality time with your children, with your family, read more storybooks, do more of creative works, and eat good food, enjoy your time. And it is generally said that the month of April is the stress awareness month, and fortunately or unfortunately, this month of April had really been very stressful to us. So what we need is a right frame of mind, a right mindset to make ourselves more productive. We need to make ourselves more productive, protect for the well-being of ourselves. As employees of the organization, you can do complete all your pending work, and you have to be more realistic. Just demanding that when is the day going to be away, we all are saying like that, but you have to be very realistic. Take this as a challenge, and this is the kind of sufferings that we are going, each one of us are going, is a trauma. It is a collective trauma. Your feeling, your sufferings is the same as my suffering. So it is a collective trauma. We have to all fight it collectively. And in this case, our brain is feeling threatened. It is the brain that is feeling threatened, which is leading to mental exhaustion. And this mental exhaustion naturally is making our lives stressful. We need to come out of it. I'll definitely tell you how to come out of it. But before that, make small goals in your life, which is achievable. And make a daily routine for yourself. সকাল থেকে রাত অবধি আমি কি কি কাজ করতে পারি, অনেক বছর যেগুলো করিনি. Maybe for women, we have not cleaned our almirah for several years, maybe, or several months. We can try out কোন ব্লাউজটা ছোট হয়ে গেছে, কোন স্কার্টটা আর কোমরে ফিট করছে না. So we can all give a try to this. So this is an experience. Let the men start, making the bed. Not just their own bed. Let them start with making their bed for the first day, their own bed. Next day, the second bed also. You start cooking also. Help your spouse in the cooking process. So you make a daily routine and make it very, it should be very lively. You do it very happily, not with lot of frustrations. Then, you will cause another kind of illness. Work from home, to me, it is a little blurred. There is a problem between private life and official life. মাঝে মাঝে মেয়ে কেঁদে উঠছে, মাঝে মাঝে বউ ঝগড়া করে উঠছে, and there's a lot of disturbances, interruptions. So you need to create an area in your own home where you can feel relaxed, do your work, absolutely no problem with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and you perform better. And at the same time, you definitely need a break. A 90 minutes break is very essential, we say, between work, between waking up and sleeping. যেই ঘুম থেকে উঠবো বা একটু রেস্ট নিয়ে উঠবো, we feel the zest comes forward, and then we start working much better. Anyways, now I would love to tell you some of the mental diseases that might crop up at this point of time. There is no life that has no stress. Can you tell me one life, one person who doesn't have stress? No. You can't name a single person who has no stress. So for the person who is successful, the person who is trying to be successful, the students, The little child who is newborn, everybody has stress. The child, when he doesn't see the mother around her, starts crying. If the mother is out of the house, he starts crying. He has the separation anxiety. If you are alone in your house, you have a stress. If you have too much of work pressure, you have stress. If you don't get a job, you have stress. Upcoming exams, you have stress. And the other family stresses are so many, they're innumerable, and you can't live without it. And believe me, this stress makes our life very beautiful. The moment you overcome this stress, it is so beautiful. Excuse me. Excuse me, please. So there is no person who has no stress. Any normal person would have stress. It is very normal to have stress in life. কেউ যদি বলে আমার লাইফে কোনো স্ট্রেস নেই আমি বিন্দাস, it's not very normal. It's not very normal. Take it from me. But the fact is, if this stress hampers your day-to-day life, if this stress hampers your career, if this stress doesn't allow you to sit in your own place for a particular stretch of time and complete your work, then it's definitely a problem. In such cases, you need a professional help. Now, stress, as I told you, leads to anxiety. And no anxiety comes alone. Amar shudhu ektai niye chinta, it is never that. It is always a number of problems that create anxiety in me, and hence we call them anxiety disorders. Now, I'll tell you when these symptoms become too much that needs intervention of professionals. Like, suppose I'm a mother and I send my child to school. Why isn't the bus coming? The bus has come. Now, when the bus is gone, has she reached properly? Oh, ঠিক আছে তো? I hope he doesn't have any পড়ে যায়নি তো? Is eating his tiffin okay? Is he doing his classes all right? Now this problems goes on and on and on. These questions are going on and on. And there is a time when the mother takes a bus himself and goes to the school to get the information, amar bachcha thik ache to? That is the time when there is the need of an intervention. And such a case is called as acute anxiety. In this period of lockdown and corona also, you find people who are often feeling ki amar jorjor lagje, I am feeling a sore throat. I went out today in the bazaar, maybe I am having it, and I see so many smiling faces. This is because each one of us has felt the same. Even I have felt the same, and I have also felt breathlessness. So this can lead to acute disorder when it crosses limit and I go for a regular testing. Okay, now anxiety can be in the form of panic disorder. Panic disorder, in general, panic disorder is almost like a dying feeling. You feel choked, you feel breathlessness, you start sweating, there are breathing problems. Many of us often has this. We call it panic disorder. We go to cardiologists. Cardiologist gets our body thoroughly checked. TMT korai, ECG korai, onek kichu korai, and then he finds there is no problem. All the problem is over here. So it is just like a death-like feeling. It's called panic disorder. And out of this panic, during lockdown period, many of us have started to hoard things. বস্তাকে বস্তা চাল এনে রেখেছে, বস্তাকে বস্তা ডাল এনে রেখেছে. Nothing will be available in the market. Days are coming such that kerosene is no more available, masks no more available. The things are not available in the market because of the people who are so panicked. There is nothing to panic. everything will be in absolutely proper order. Relax. Yes, definitely you have to have something in your house, but for that, not kgs and kgs of dal and rice and atta and all those. It's not required. There's always an alternative in your house, even if you don't have rice. And we have another anxiety disorder that we call phobia. It is the unnecessary fear about any object, about anything, maybe a lizard, maybe a cockroach. It is not doing you any harm, but still we are afraid to face it. We are often afraid to, go to a lift, go by lift. We are afraid of heights, you can't look down from a greater height. So this kinds of fear, which are not really very justified, we call them phobia, because that disrupts your life. আপনাকে 17 তলা যেতে হবে, you have to take lift, you have to take the escalator, and suddenly if you say no, I will climb the 17th floor, that will create another physical and psychological problem. So that is why we say that in such cases you need the intervention of professionals. People have come to talk to you. You have met people on the road during lockdown, and you are afraid. Just we say, we give gestures like this. My God, I met him, I saw him, I had walked side by side to him, I might catch corona. So this unnecessary fear needs to be avoided. And one problem, I'm sure many of us by now have got it, is sanitizing the hand. We have been sanitizing the hand almost so frequently. We are sanitizing it and washing it so frequently, which might lead to another kind of a disease, which we call as OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder. As long as it is in our brain that my hand is dirty, it's okay. The moment you start actually doing it, it makes you a compulsion to clean your hand, it becomes a compulsive disorder. You will find many of the older people in our family, they always wash their hand, they always feel kichu moila lege ache. After washing it, they turn off the tap. After turning the tap off, they again feel, oh, tap theke amar hate moila lege geche. So they again open the tap, they again wash it. Now again they close it. Now what happens? They open the door of the toilet to come out. Again they feel, oh my God, toilet e moila lege chilo. Sorry, in the door there was dirt. Again they wash the hand. Now again they wash the hand, they close the tap. Now they go to use the towel. They feel the towel was also dirty, it was not clean since last 1 week. Ultimately he comes like this. Hawate shukote asche. And a time comes when he feels batasheo jibanu ache. And that is the time when we actually need the intervention of psychiatrists. And I'm sure a sanitizing ব্যাপারটা কিন্তু by now আমাদের অনেকের মধ্যে OCD তে ট্রান্সফর্ম হয়ে গেছে to some extent, maybe not to the extent that you need intervention, but রাস্তায় বেরোলাম সঙ্গে সঙ্গে sanitize, which is also and doctors are saying you should do it, but it should not be like it should affect your daily life. It should not affect your daily life. And another is we call post-traumatic stress disorder, which can appear in people. Suppose you had an accident in life. Immediately you have a stress and you suffer. But when you remember it after 3 months, after 3 years, and you feel panic, you suffer from it, that something like this has happened to me, it might happen to me again. This is called PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder. It can happen to patients who have recovered from coronavirus. Let me tell you one thing. Anxiety or stress is an inevitable part of life. You have to live with corona, you have to live with stress. Anxiety can make your life or take your life to a greater height. It can help you a lot. At the same time, it can ruin your life. If you think of a graph, say in the x-axis you have stress and in the y-axis you have dokkhota, the capability, and you start from 0, it will rise and rise to a certain point. Means stress is helping you to be successful in life. But after a certain point of time, it will fall down, the curve will go downwards. So the point till which it has risen is the optimal point. Till that much the stress is okay. You have given your optimum level of your capacity, you have used it to the fullest extent and you have been successful. But after that, you start breaking down and it goes to a certain extent when you are no more capable of giving an output. So you have to know in which state of anxiety you are, because anxiety and stress can help you grow in life as well. I want to tell you in this meantime, before I go into how you can overcome this stress, you know, in our families, in my family at least, I have seen the children, they are spending most of the time over mobile because they have nothing to do. They have nothing to do actually. They are full of energy, they have nothing to do. বাইরে গিয়ে খেলতে পারছে না, পড়াশোনার চাপ নেই, অনলাইনে ফ্রি ক্লাস হচ্ছে, ওরাই জানে, we don't know actually. So they have so much of time, they are doing either PUBG or doing whatever. I don't know what game they are playing. They are playing all the time. So make them a habit that you play for 2 hours in the morning, or 2 hours in the evening, or 2 hours in the morning, 1 hour at night. Otherwise, this just clicked into my brain. It just clicked, and that is why I'm saying you, please make it a habit that they don't misuse the mobile at this point of time. Anyways, mobile is a curse now for the young generation. Now the question comes, we have talked about stress, we have talked about anxiety. Now how to overcome them? Problem ache, problem ashbe, we need to overcome them. And I told you, as long as you are able to overcome on your own, it's absolutely okay. But the moment the problem is such that it's beyond your capability, you need intervention of doctors, you need intervention of psychological counselors. In order to overcome stress, we have divided them into 3 parts. One is physical, one is mental, and the third is social. In terms of physical, what we say is take good food, take balanced diet, take less spicy food, less of junk food, take more water every day, less of colored water. Colored water might include soda water, it might include, you know, cold drinks, or it might be hard drinks. Do enough of exercise. Exercise means breathing exercise. You can also walk for a few kilometers. I can't do breathing exercise. I walk every day for 3 to 4 kilometers in the evening. And breathing exercise, you know, it's always better. We suggest to do breathing exercise whether if you can do it on lying on bed or sitting on a chair. You put one hand, your left hand on the chest and your right hand on the stomach. When you breathe in, what happens when you breathe in? Your stomach will go out, your chest will go down. Observe that. And do this exercise with a very light music, not a song. I mean an instrumental. It may be a flute, it can be a violin. Do it on a regular basis. Breathing exercise helps you get rid out of stress very well. You can also go for a walking. You know, any exercise actually helps you get more oxygen into your lungs. From lungs, it goes throughout your body. It goes to your brain. Naturally, it helps you think better. It helps you to deal with the situation. That is why we all suggest to do breathing exercise. And in terms of physical thing, what we say is you should take enough sleep. Don't sleep at night. Saradin onek kaj korun, dupurbela do a little bit of work. At night time, go to bed early, get up early. Don't spend time over gadgets at night. In terms of mental, we say you should have a very controlled emotion. You express your emotion, you respect others with empathy. Like, you know, we often say he is very angry person. He is a very angry person. And people are very afraid of talking to such persons. But my suggestion would be that you should be able to control your anger. And each one of us are able to do this. I'll tell you why. Because suppose if the employer has been very rude to you and you are an angry person, you have the habit of slapping people, will you slap the employer? You will not. Means you have controlled your anger. So why don't you do it at home? Why don't you do it with your child? So we can all control our emotions, whether it is love, whether it is hatred, whether it is anger, any kind of emotion. We can all control it. And never ever take a decision when you are emotionally charged. That decision will always be a wrong decision. Never ever take any decision. During this period, if you have, you can channelize your emotion. If you love to read more, write more. This helps you to gain your attention as well. Your temperaments goes down. You know, do more of positive thinking. Positive thinking in the sense, like, suppose you met someone in the road, both of you are masked, and you have given a smile, and you think the other person has not given you a smile in return. And you find, oh my God, I'm so full, I smiled at him, and he ignored me. It amader without mask hoy. And we feel, Baba, ki ahankar, he's so proud. But it is not so. If you think positively, maybe onar apnar theke onek beshi stress. Maybe he was onno monoshko. Maybe he didn't notice you. Maybe he is burdened with another kind of a stress at home. So try to understand people in that way. And definitely you will overcome your own problem. If you understand others, you are actually overcoming yourself. You are not doing good to others. You are doing good to self. You have to understand that. So positive thinking, a lot of positive work. You know, I'm telling you, like during this entire lockdown period, you know, I have an organization of my own. Till 15th of May, from 1st of April to 15th of May, we have provided cooked food to 350 people on a daily basis. On a daily basis, after dino baad jayenge. We have given dry ration to people in Kagdip, but that was a one-time effort. We have given dry ration to people in Patna. Not too many people, maybe 100 people. You know, this gives a positive feeling. When you do something for the others, it always gives you a positive feeling. You think positive about people, you yourself feel good. Have you ever given a 10 rupee note to a beggar? You always give 1 rupee coin, 2 rupee coin. But once you give a 10 rupee coin, a 10 rupee note, and you see the smile in his face, and I'm telling you, that will definitely make you a very happy person. Anyways, the social aspect is, first thing, you have to respect the social norms that is going on, like social distancing, mask, don't allow too many people to be together, avoid crowd, don't allow outsiders too much. So these are the social norms which you should abide by. And whatever I'm saying is all good for yourself. You are not doing good for anybody else. You are doing good to yourself. If you can do good to yourself, and in addition, if you can do good to another person in your life, just one more person in your life, and if each one of us are doing the same thing, the world will change one day. So we need to try it from today and now. In today's world, many of us are very much dependent on others. Many of our husbands are depending on our wives to cook food for us. Not only that, they're demanding, why not this, why not that? এখন তো এত খিদে বেড়ে গেছে স্ন্যাক্স থেকে শুরু করে মর্নিং ব্রেকফাস্ট থেকে শুরু করে এভরিথিং দে আর ডিমান্ডিং বাট you know, this is a problem in life. This problem Maybe we are handling it on our own as women, as wives, but this should start from a very childhood stage. Problem solving behavior should start from a childhood stage. It will start from tying your shoelace at a childhood stage to repairing your computers maybe. So a child who has not learned to solve the problem in his childhood stage, the child who doesn't know how to pack his bag, যার মা সারাক্ষণ ব্যাকপ্যাক করে দিয়েছে, he will never learn how to solve problem when he grows old. Let him get the scolding at school. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days he will get scolding. 4th day, he will automatically learn how to pack bag. Let them carry their own bags. Let them carry their own water bottles. This is their own luggage they have to carry. Otherwise, in future, we as parents will become luggage to them and they will never take the responsibility. Please do it from today and now. So problem solving behavior, এখনো আমাদের কাছে problem আছে অনেক in this lockdown phase or in our everyday life. Just because 24 hours we are staying together in a particular homebound, we have become all homebound. So we need to learn how to solve our problems. And I'm not meaning you have to solve big problems. For bigger problems, that is different. There are people, skilled people. But for small problems in our daily life, we should be capable enough to handle it. Another point that we should learn and teach our children to do on a daily basis is decision making. We should know what I should do now. I should know what I should do now. I have stepped out of my house. I know I have to come back. I have to wash my clothes. I have to wash my shoes. I have to sanitize myself. I can't be irresponsible. And this is one kind of a decision for the time being. But in life, you have to take decisions about life. You have to take decisions about career. You have to take decisions about which teacher to choose, which school to get admitted, which subject to choose in life. These are all decisions in life which you need to take from very small life. ছোটবেলা থেকে ওকে শেখাতে হবে how to take decisions. Allow him to participate. Allow him to participate in the decision making process. ঘরে রং হচ্ছে. Maybe he is saying make the color black. The wall should be black in color. But he has taken a participation. That is very important. Make him understand what is the negative side of giving a black color and why not white color? Why not a different color? So this is a decision taking process because this actually helps you when you grow old to handle the crisis. বড় হলে আমাদের লাইফে কত ক্রাইসিস আসছে, আমরা কি সবসময় মা বাবার কাছে চলে যাচ্ছি? Because our parents are now dependent upon us. We have to take the decision on our own, and we will be able to take decision only if we have learned to take decision from a childhood stage. And the last thing about the social aspect is socialize, talk to people, meet people, listen to others' problems, try to give your ear to them. The more you do that, you feel good, you solve others' problems, and don't use your gadgets. That will not solve your problem. We are living in a virtual world. আমরা মিটিংটা করছি এভাবে, but this is a crisis situation, that's why. But what nowadays we do is, we don't talk to the person sitting next to me. We don't care for the mother who is ailing. We are more concerned about the person, about the friend who is miles away from me. So this needs to be stopped. We need to socialize with the person next to me. আমার বাড়ির সামনের বাড়ি, দুটো পাশের বাড়ি, আমার পিছনের বাড়ির লোকের সঙ্গে আমার সম্পর্কটা খুব ভালো থাকা দরকার. Because I will need them, they will need me. Okay, these are the things. And one thing that I would like to tell you is, each one of us should try to be happy in life. Don't think about future. That in future I'll be happy. There is nothing called future. Future is an illusion. You have to be happy now. and you should know how to make yourself happy. For that, you encourage in your hobby, read more books, develop the art of giving. As I was telling you, if you give, receiving is very, you feel nice when you receive a gift. But when you give gift to somebody, you feel happy. So try to be happy.
কারণ মাইন্ড অন আসছে মনে হচ্ছে
And on a daily basis, if you are doing exercises,
একটু মাইক্রোফোন সবাই একটু অফ করুন।
if you are doing your exercises, if you are doing everything early in the morning, don't forget one thing. One thing you should do every day: show gratitude to people who had helped you become what you are today. It will take you only 2 minutes. তাদেরকে খালি স্মরণ করুন। It can be the fuchkawala who used to sit in front of your school gate. It can be your professor. It can be your ayamashi. Of course, আমাদের parents-রা তো আছেই। But don't forget to be grateful to them. Gratitude should be your attitude. And that is how we grow as an individual. But before I end, I'll tell you a small story, a very small story. Like during this lockdown period, someone was, a person who was of high rank was driving his car to EM bypass. He had a very important meeting. He had to attend an important meeting. And what happened, in the middle of the road, one of his tires got punctured, and it was very hot during May. It was very hot. One of his tires got punctured. He understood that it got punctured. He became very angry. He got down from his car. He came and saw the tire on the back side and the left hand side got punctured. He drove the car slightly to the side of the road. He kicked the tire. He smashed the car. He was so angry. And he thought, why at this point of time? I was in a hurry, I have an important meeting, why at this point of time? He thought this, he again kicked the car. He was getting angry. মাথার উপরে অত গরম রোদ. And he was becoming furious. Now what to do? Why does it always happen with me? And at this point of time, when I am supposed to arrange a meeting and lead it, so he just couldn't think what to do. So just by the side of the EM bypass, there is a pond-like thing. So what he thought, now I have to change the tire. I can't call people, there is no mechanic. So what came to his mind is, maybe if I get a bicycle from somebody over here, I will drive it and take it and go to the company, to the office. But he again thought, who will give me bicycle? Nobody is there to give me bicycle. So naturally, he had to replace the tire himself. He started doing that. So there are certain knobs, 4 knobs that to bind the tire. So while he was opening the knobs to remove the tire, and he took out the new tire from the back of the car, those knobs, they rolled and went and fell into the pond. He was so angry. You can't believe. He thought, again, why is this happening? Because he had been a little careless while bringing out the new tire. Now he was kicking and he was using all slangs and he was cursing so many people in life, but he could do nothing. Suddenly he saw a very poor fellow with 2 cows coming from the opposite side. Opposite side means from the same lane, opposite side. And that man, while passing this carwala, said, Babu, কিছু সমস্যা হয়েছে? He said, no, nothing is, no problem. You carry on. So the man, he thought that he is not the person to listen. So he took the cows and went into the pond. The cows were getting down to the pond. He also got down to the pond because he wanted to bathe his cows. I know what people are thinking. You are thinking that the person will pick those screws from the pond and give it to him. No, that didn't happen. Because he didn't ask for help. He was only angry. And he was thinking, why this problem is always with me in times of need? Now, what will he do? There is no mechanic, nothing in front of him, and it is a lockdown period. Now, that poor fellow was bringing his cows up from the pond and was about to take a turn. Before taking the turn, he said, Babu, apnar সমস্যা এখনো ঠিক হয়নি? You are still in the problem. Then he said, যে আমার টায়ারটা না খুলে গেছে, I can't go to the office, and I think if I get a bicycle, I can go to my office, I can join the meeting. He said, who will do bicycle? Because bicycle is the mode of transportation for all of us. We can't give you. Then he said, Babu, কিছু মনে করবেন না, একটা কথা বলি. You have 3 tires, and each tire has 4 knobs. If you take one knob from each of the 3 tires, you can fix this tire. For the time being, কাজটা কিন্তু চলে যাবে. You take it little further, সামনেই আছে garage, সামনেই আছে petrol pump. There you will find a mechanic and get it fully repaired. I hope you understood the story. There are people who will always focus on the problem. They are the negative people. In the lockdown period, there will be hundreds of problems, thousands of problems. There is so much of fear, so much of phobia, so much of anxiety. But there is also a solution. Look at the solution. This poor fellow who has nothing, no assets, কোনো কিছু জান নেই, তার কাছে কিন্তু solution ছিল. And this person who is maybe highly qualified, who is rich, had only problems in life. So, what I want to say is, focus more on the solution rather than on the problem, because you should know that there is always a solution to a problem. Thank you so much. If you have any queries, you can always ask me. কেউ কি কিছু জিজ্ঞাসা করবেন? I mean, actually, I'm not very savvy with this technique of Google Meet and.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much.
ম্যাম ব্রিদিং এক্সারসাইজটা একবার দেখান তো, ব্রিদিং এক্সারসাইজটা।
Actually, না, আমি না যখন কলেজ খুলবে আমি একবার ভেবেছিলাম যে actually what I do is we call it PMRT, Progressive Muscular Relaxation Therapy. When the whole body is relaxed, your mind automatically gets relaxed. And we do it gradually. We start from here till the toe. And you go in a trance state. Your body feels so relaxed, so rejuvenated. হয়তো একটু ঘুমও পেয়ে যেতে পারে, but after that, you feel you are just light. আর ব্রিদিং এক্সারসাইজটা তো যেমন আমি জানি না কারা কিরকম ভাবে করে, ব্রিদিং এক্সারসাইজটা অনেকে এরকম প্রাণায়াম প্রমোট করে, but what I say is you just lie down, take a deep breath, হাতটা দিয়ে রাখুন এমন ভাবে যে পেটটা ফুলছে সেটা আপনি ফিল করবেন, এন্ড চেস্টটা নিচে নামবে সেটা ফিল করবেন, আবার যখন চেস্টটা উপরে উঠবে সেটাও ফিল করবেন, পেটটা নামবে সেটাও ফিল করবেন. It is always better when you do it lying on the bed. You can also do it sitting, but একদম do it at the evening time. It is always better to do it in the evening time and with a very light music. কোনো গান নয়, no রবীন্দ্রসঙ্গীত, no নজরুল গীতি, no pop. Do it with a light instrumental music. খুব ভালো ভালো flutes পাওয়া যায় with Rag Bhairavi, Bilawal, Bhairav. These ragas, they are very soothing to the ears. Listen to them. Do as many times as you can. Do walking, and you will come over all the problems in life. Problems আমরা create করি. The problem is in us, but we always blame the other person for the problem. Start doing it from today and now. You will definitely overcome.
কাকলি, আমরা সবাই একটা মাইক অন করে একটা ক্ল্যাপিং দিই না, তাহলে একটা অডিয়েন্স ফিলিং হবে।
ইয়েস,
থ্যাংক ইউ।
ভালো থাকবেন। আমি কি বন্ধ করে দেবো? আমি ঠিক বুঝতে পারছি না কি করবো।
Hello.
হ্যাঁ, হ্যালো।
Thank you, madam, for showing us the way how we can get over the crisis and spend a happy life. In fact, managing our stress in our daily life is very important. We have got an idea of that from your session. With that, we come to the end of our both sessions today. But before I end, I, on behalf of the Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Medical Assistance Cell of BPPIMT and all other volunteers, extend a very hearty note of thanks to the honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence and took out their valuable time from their busy schedule. Also, I would like to extend a special thanks to the honorable speakers, Dr. Anindra Sen and Mrs. Aparna Ghosh. The way they explained the topics is exemplary. I also wish to express my gratitude to our principal, Madam Professor Dr. Shutopa Mukherjee, for providing encouragement and constant support. I am also very grateful to all the HODs for their words of encouragement. And I am very thankful to Professor B.N. Chatterjee sir for his presence in this meeting. I heartily congratulate all the participants for their active participation in this event. And last but not the least, I want to thank the coordinator, Dr. Kakuli Karmakar-Sur, and joint coordinator, Mr. Subhashish Das, for their support. Thank you for making the event successful with your cooperation. Thank you. Subhashish, please explain how to give the feedback and get the e-certificates, if you can explain, please. Hello, Subhashish is there? Subhashish?
Orijit, am I audible?
Huh. Yes, hi, madam.
Thanks to both the speakers for this wonderful session. I think, Orijit, we can go for another session, this phase 2. Because we have so many questions, and Aparna ma'am and Anindra Sen, Dr. Sen also, they guide us. So we can organize another session, I think.
Okay, actually, in the next Wednesday also we have a session, but that is for the students. So, if you...
I'm saying, what about the faculty and staff members? This session, this is the phase 1. Then we will organize for another session. Okay, you talk to both of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that can definitely okay. That can definitely do, madam. We'll do it definitely. Definitely we'll do it, madam. Hello, Subhashish is there? Subhashish? Anyway, I personally can tell you that there will be a link shared to you for giving the feedback, and once you give the feedback, the e-certificate will be automatic from there of participation of this
ফিডব্যাক কি আমাদের জিমেইলে আসবে, মেলে আসবে কি?